Hey, what's up, everybody? J2O, Keep Real FOREX King, back for another weekly Forex forecast for the week of January 15th to the 20th. Hope you guys had a profitable week last week. The first thing you do every week, you go to forexfactor.com and check out the calendar, see what's going on based off the news events. So for Sunday, just a few yellow folders, nothing crazy going on, low impact news. Monday, there's a bank holiday, MLK Day, that's going to affect the USD pair. So it's going to be pretty slow if you trade things related for the USD on Monday. There is high impact news for the GBP during New York session around 10 a.m. It's going to be some volatility. As well for CNY, a lot of yellow folders for low impact. And then we get a Tuesday, so we expect more volatilities. Definitely during London session, you got GBP news, and then you got New York session, you have at 8:30, you have news affecting the CAD. So you trade the Canadian dollar, be cautious because there's definitely a lot of volatility happening during New York session. So you can take advantage of that, but definitely use good risk management. And there are also news events that's going to affect the USD dollar. And then there's tentative news for JPY. So if you trade the yen, just be cautious because it's going to be very volatile throughout the day at different times. Then you get to Wednesday, still JPY news, high volatility. Then you got during London session, you be GBP news, the CPI, YY. So it's very volatile. So be cautious if you trade the GBP pair. And then you have New York session. You got a couple red folders. So Wednesday's gonna be another high impact day. So be cautious, trade with the seed, don't think, and use good risk management. And then we get into like Thursday, you got a couple yellow, orange folders affecting multiple pairs. So Thursday gonna be nothing too crazy, so decent volatility. And then we end the week with Friday the 20th. We have a couple orange folders gonna affect like GBP pair, the euro, the CAD, USD. And now let's get at it and look at the market. So right now, Bitcoin has been taking off like like crazy last week. Right now, I think Bitcoin is probably gonna do some retracements going into this week, but we are on an uptrend for Bitcoin. Same with XRP. I believe we'll do some retracements this week, but I do see us pretty much still an uptrend. We could literally come back down a little bit before we shoot back up. That's just my take on crypto. And now back to Euro AUD. So Euro AUD been kind of consolidating last week, but I do still have my bias for a downtrend. So focusing on sell moves to catch the sells for a lower low this week. Have my area for stop loss, but we haven't reached this. We've been consolidating, but I do see us pushing down still. And it's for the Euro AUD. And then we go GBP NZD. So we had GP news this week that's going to be volatile. So that can help push the market in a certain direction. But I do see us still going for a downtrend. There's been a lot of consolidation with this pair as well as still a downtrend. So I do see us potentially coming back up, just shoot back down. But if this comes sideways, don't be surprised because we've been going sideways for a while, but we're still downtrend. GBP CHF. So for this, we are on a minor uptrend. We got kind of consolidating a little bit last week. So I do see us probably pushing back down and then respecting support before we shoot back up. But if we end up going up higher, we probably would test the area of resistance before we shoot back down. But right now for GBCHF, I'm trying to see it's over uptrend, but trying to catch the chase and move back down and then catch it going back up. So that's what I would do. Wait for it to come back down and then take it back up. And then Euro CHF. So we've been on an uptrend last week. So Friday we kind of came down a little bit. So I will be looking for sales for it to come back down to the area where it had a lot of consolidation and then ride it back up for a buy move. Look for buy moves around this area. But if we literally it's based off Sunday open or whatever. If we do come back up and create a new high, then I'm still understanding the uptrend, but I'll look for a new area for support to take back up. And GPJPY. So last week was a great setup for the downtrend. So the market definitely hit my TP. So I am still focused on downtrend, but I understand retracements. So market will literally come up, retrace before they shoot back down. So what I will say is pretty much redraw the fib for retracement. And focus on it coming back up. And then look for entry and then come back down. So that's the setup I see right now. Waiting for it to probably look for a buy move to come back up. And then from here, the main move is sell. So we are in the downtrend. And then you got GBUSD. So right now, we are on an uptrend. It's kind of a little messy. But right now, I'm gonna let it play out because it's still kind of messy and try to catch a retracement and then catch the buy move back up. So I'm gonna see what happens when Sunday opens and Monday if the market decides to come down. It could come down or it could just still push up. But that's my analysis right now. And then gold. So gold shot up last week. So I'm just gonna be patient and wait for the, come back down. Sunday, Monday, we could still be coming up a little bit, but I'm waiting for it to come back down to look for the buy move to take it back up. And also, CAD JPY was not a good trade. Last week it shot down. So this week might come down a little bit before we come back up and then look for a sell to take it back down. Since we're on downtrend for CAD JPY. So my main move, I'm looking for a sell. But I understand right now we dropped last week, so it should rise up. Same thing with ADJPY. We are on a downtrend. Last week we came down, so we could literally potentially come back down some more. That's one option. Or we could literally come back up just to shoot back down. So overall, I'm looking for sells for this pair. This player takes a while to play out, so just be cautious and pay attention to news events. USDJPY, we shot down last week. We're on a downtrend. We can literally come down a little bit before we start to retrace up and then ride it back down. And Euro CAD. So this pair is kind of messy right now. We did break this previous area of resistance, broke it barely, but then we came back down. So right now, I am looking for potential sells coming back down to this zone before I look for a buy up. But If we decide to break up here and create a support, then I'm gonna change my bias. And it's a 4-hour chart. Let me go to the daily real quick. So on the daily chart, you can see we've been on an uptrend, came down, came back up, shot down, create a lower low, and we're trying to create like a new high potentially. But right now, I see us coming back down and then shooting back up. Shooting back up. Could look like we're creating a new high. And then for US 30, my bias right now is to potentially look for sales in the zone area that we're gonna come back down. This is a market been going up these past couple days. So I feel like we're pretty much going to test the area of resistance before we shoot back down. But if we break this area of resistance, then we probably could use that support before we shoot back up. So depending what happens around this zone area, if we reach here, if we break here, then I'm going to change my bias and now look for sells, unless minor sells. But right now, I do see us potentially about to come back down. So that's pretty much my analysis for this week. Definitely use good risk management and definitely look at each day in the market with a calendar because there's news events, especially heavily Tuesday, affecting the Canadian pairs, as well as JPY, if you trade those. And then Wednesday's gonna be a heavy day with the USD pairs. Thursday, decent movement, and Friday's gonna be okay. So definitely trade what you see, now what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. You already know we out here. Peace.